Good morning, it's Mother Willow Moon, and I'm here with this week's Broom and Brew. I hope you've grabbed a cup of tea or coffee and you are ready to hear this week's mini lesson. Now, these mini lessons are not wholly writ, so please feel free to have your own opinion. I like diversity, but I'm the one that's saying something, and I have nobody talking back to me except myself. That's why I took off my glasses so you wouldn't see me in both places. So, I'm just stating something I thought of this week that I thought might be a great mini lesson that I've learned. Maybe you might have learned or have thought about. So, this week's mini lesson is based on a meme that I saw: harm none but take no shit. Now, I hope my cussing has not offended anybody's delicate sensibilities. I'm not here to traumatize you or harm you. That's what I'm talking about. Don't harm you. Let's talk about what harm means. This is what I think. This is just my opinion. Harm means causing you to do something against someone's will or a lasting physical change. Whether that change is beating them, murdering them, hoping they walk off a cliff, kind of things. We as witches have to be very careful with our words. So just because we can't harm someone doesn't mean we can't mess with someone. We can say, I curse you to, wear an ugly shirt to work. I curse you to miss an important date. I curse you to forget your anniversary. Now you know why all those men don't remember their anniversaries. They said something mean to a poor witch. So, harm, taken literally, would be something that would cause a lasting change. Something that's against someone's will, or something that would harm them not just physically, but even emotionally, harm them to where they could not live a productive life. It's not a stumble in the road. It's the end. It is the physical and emotional, sometimes spiritual stumbling. And witches do that all the time. And that's why we talked about gray magic, because this definitely falls under gray magic. You're stepping a little into the dark, but you're not going a whole way into the dark. And when I mean dark, it doesn't mean evil. It means that shadow side of you, that part of you that pushes down resentment or anger or jealousy or spite, or all the things that we do that we feel guilty or ashamed for, that we don't really, that we should deal with. We should sit with it, deal with it. But the dark is more of your introspective self. So your soul, your emotions, your feelings get hurt. And instead of working it through, you wind up doing something a little off, offbeat for a witch. Because we do try our best to live by the harm none rule. But that does not mean we can always stick with it. Because sometimes there are people that just mess you up. Like at work, I hope that your pin leaks on your shirt. I hope that you have no pens that write. Now I know I've been messing with witches because inevitably I pick up pens that do not write. These are the kind of things that they are stumbling blocks, but they are not something that would cause anything lasting. So, working in that gray magic area is how we sometimes will handle people that There's no other way at all for us to work something through with them. They are just who they are, and some people are just jerks. They're just not very nice people, and they cause you all kinds of hate and discontent. So instead of thinking, I wish that I could curse that person, instead throw out something that would make you laugh, but that could possibly happen. And then it's a one-time deal. It's over with. You know, it's released at the end of the spell or the curse. So, do we throw curses? Sometimes we do. Do we throw hexes? Some witches do. I believe that a hex is something much greater than a curse. A curse ends in a time. It has a time frame. A hex does not. It stays on you till it's removed. And by the way, if you want to ever remove a hex, you feel like you've been hexed because you're having a lot of trouble in one area and you just can't seem to figure out why, you can use mimosa flowers, the acacia ones, and put it in a satchel and let it seep in the bathtub while you throw red pepper flakes around in your front yard. Red pepper flakes, they have the property of breaking hexes. They have a lot more properties, but that's one of them. And the mimosa flower, that's one of their properties, is breaking hexes. So you sprinkle it in your yard to keep the hex from coming back in. And then you get into the bathtub that is seeped with that satchel and use it to wash your body and cleanse all that hex, and see that hex just melting off of you like it was dirt or mud into the water and down the drain. And then once the water has emptied from the bathtub, when you're all finished and you're all nice and fresh and you watched it go down the drain, then say, "So mote it be." And get dressed and feel fresh and feel funky and smell like mimosa flowers, and that breaks the hex. That is something that Scott Cunningham taught about breaking hexes and curses. So that is how you get those things off of you. Even a curse, though we'd like to think that there's nothing that can break what we do, we live in a world of polarity. So if there is a hex, there is a cure. And if there is a curse, there is a cure. There is a way to break those two things, because they're basically spells that have negative connotations. We don't like to think of our spell work that way, but unfortunately that's just the way it is. Well, that's all I have to say for this Sunday. I hope I spoke about something interesting that you might have liked. I did the video because people are not able to hear the audio that I've been doing every week, and I worked really hard to get these things ready, so I wanted to make sure that you're able to hear it and see it, and that's why I did the video. And everybody knows I have no teeth yet. And that I'm on bed rest. So I haven't finished decorating my room yet. I'm doing a little bit at a time. But until I see you next week here at Kindred Souls Broom and Brew, have a nice week and blessed be. I can't even speak, dude. I'm telling you. I better go get some mimosa flowers. Bye-bye.